go live. I kind of wanted to go live, and I think I need to turn this down. I think the volume is too high on this thing. I think this thing is really, really sensitive, and it gets everything. The light is so bright. What's up, everybody? We are down here. It's Friday night at 8. Got myself a date. It might be my mate. It's gonna be so great. Ain't no 4th of July, bitch. Ain't no hot dogs. Ain't no burgers. Ain't no motherfucking coleslaw. Oh, not coleslaw. Potato salad. Ain't no baked beans. Ain't no ribs, bitch. Ain't no celebration independence based on what's going on in this country. And I want y'all to understand and see how language is used. Beautiful, big, beautiful bill. But the big, beautiful bill is causing so much violence. America the beautiful, land of the free, home of the brave. I'm not sure how the land with the most laws of any developed country on the globe is the most free. That is a scheme that Todd came to us with the bullshit. That's how language is used. Big, beautiful. And it's creating so much violence and harm. But that's how it goes. What do I always say? When you're dealing with anything in the context of a patriarchy, you are going to be dealing with a lie and a contradiction and a lie. Every single time. If you want to argue about it, get down in the comments and tell me that what idea under the context of a patriarchy isn't contradictory and upside down. The fact that women believe that the people outside of themselves validate them, that's evidence enough. There's literally a meme going around with a woman with an umbrella that says husband. I'm sorry. And then another image of another woman standing in the rain with no umbrella and says pick me on her shirt. I want to show y'all that. I left a comment on that this morning because I wanted to remind the girls, pick me's don't get picked. Men are looking for prey. What is just laying right there waiting for them, excusing all of their bad behaviors, talking shit to other women, doing their bidding, being their guard dogs, being the hounds of hell that guard the demons, right? Shout out to Lost Boys. The hounds of hell guard the demons, and that's what pick-me's are, hounds of hell, running back and forth, trying to bite everybody and never gets picked. Every time the man walks through the yard, they looking for the man. Here I am. Pick me. Pick me. I betrayed my sisterhood for you. Pick me. Pick me. I'm treasonous to women. Pick me. Pick me. No, bitch. You will never get picked. Y'all be coddling these niggas and they don't even look at y'all. Stupid ass bitches. But you have an umbrella that says husband on it. You let me know when a husband has ever been an umbrella. Bitch, you the umbrella. You're the utility. You're the resource. The fact that the idea that a man makes you valuable is insane and should be classified as a mental illness. If you are looking for validation to how valuable you are outside of yourself in 2025, bitch, this is not 1952. You better go get you a certification, a motherfucking degree. These niggas are nice to have, not a need. Nice to have. You go through the list of things that you need and things are nice to have when you're doing your budget and things you want. That's not a need, my dear. Even TD Jakes tells you all to create needs for them so they can feel useful and needed. Create a need for them. create something so that they can feel useful. Nigga, if you don't make your motherfucking self useful, I don't have nothing for you. And if your usefulness creates conflict, chaos, destruction, you gotta go, bro. Get your chaotic, demonic ass out of here. I'm so sick and tired of women thinking that they need something outside of themselves, and men too, who think they need something outside of themselves to validate them. Pick me's never get picked. They don't. Men, I don't know if you've noticed how men move through the world, but they look for prey. They are looking for prey. They are your apex predator. They are not looking for something that lays there. They want to chase it. They want to control it. They want to dominate it. I was trying to get that. It was a little fingerprint in the corner. That's what they want to do. They want to dominate, control, and have you submit. That is the name of the apex predators game. The pick-me's who are just like, here I am, come get me. They like walking right past you. They don't want y'all. But all the things that you do for them, keep doing it. Because that's what they need. They need you to go against other women. They need you as a tool to triangulate women. That's what they need. That's how they move. And it's really sad that women are still believing that men are the utility. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna find it because I don't even remember what site it was on. This photo is trending across social media. It's a woman. I'll show it to you. A woman with an umbrella that says husband, and a woman with no clothes on. Here's the whore. This is where how you dress determines if you'll get picked or not. And we know that nuns get raped. Okay, so how you dress, there's that trope right in there, right? Then saying that you have a husband, you're dressed modestly, and that's going to get you a husband. Being in a bikini with your tits out is not going to get you a husband. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Okay? So remember what they're telling you, it's the opposite. You're a pick me because I have a husband. Let's look at some of the comments. I said, oh, this is, I already know. Also, there's no value in getting picked outside of the context of a patriarchy. Men and having a man in proximity to you is of literal no social value, no intrinsic value, no spiritual value, no financial value. It's actually of no value. The irony is believing that you're validated because someone picked you outside of yourself is insane and should be classified as a mental illness. Some nigga said, huh? I said, we don't speak the same language. I don't speak man. I don't speak man. That's why y'all motherfuckers don't like me, because I don't speak your language. I'm not speaking that bullshit. What I'm trying to do is open the bitches' eyes up, shake their shoulders, unwind their eyes. That's what I'm down here doing. You guys are trying to keep them. What is this? Is this a scratch on my glasses? Oh, girl. No, ma'am. It is, I think. But it's far in the corner. I'll be outside with my do you gangbang? Hey, okay. Pick me honestly don't get picked. Men desire what they can't have, not what's coddling them and excusing all of their faults. Randy Rosario says, can't be a pick me. I've been picked. Why? This is inaccurate. A true pick me is usually single, desperate to be chosen, hence the name. They'll shapeshift, throw other women under the bus, shrink themselves just for male validation. The married woman under the umbrella isn't begging to be picked. She was picked. It's literally the opposite. Married women cannot be pick-me's. They've already been chosen. Oh, y'all didn't choose the niggas? I guess they chose you. I guess. The pick-me is a male-centered single woman. No, a pick-me can also be in a relationship. She can. She could be a pick-me in a relationship, but it's the desperation to be picked and doing whatever you can for men in order to be picked. That's where that comes from. The pick me chick or the pick misha is a woman who willing to do anything to be with a man, give her paycheck, tolerate his abuse and disrespect, excuse his horrible behavior, wait on him hand and foot, etc., and even belittle other women who call out their bad behavior. A woman with standards who is loved, supported, cared, and covered by a good husband is absolutely not a pygmy. A good husband. Right. Y'all just have husband out there. What kind of husband is he? No one is calling women who are married happily pick-me's. It is a single desperate woman who beg men and demean other women for male validation. Thank you. There is literally no value. The value that women put in men in a patriarchy is it's literally nothing. It's nothing. And then when you invest in that stock, you tell me what you get back on your return. I want to know what the return is on your investment into a cisgender heterosexual man in a patriarchy. Tell me how you benefited from it. I'll wait. Oh, they're so good. I'll be outside with my do you gangbang? Hey. Oh, I need this to be right. I'm so tired of Don King. Look at Don King. Did we already determine if Don King died? I need see. I that's my son. He put my phone on. He put my phone on where he was like, your phone stays bright too long. He said, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. He got it going off in 1 minute. No, at least 5 minutes. Damn. I was like, why is my phone timing out so quickly? Let's read some of the comments. I said also, there is no value in getting picked outside the context of a patriarchy. Man and having a man in proximity to you is of literal no value, no intrinsic value, no spiritual value, no financial value. It's actually of no value. The irony is believing that you are validated because someone picked you outside of yourself is insane and should be classified as a mental illness. I'm glad the women are in there, but it's the way that the whole image is set up. A man set it up. A man wants women to believe that having him as a husband is going to add value to her life. And we see over and over again how men actually extract. Very few men actually add value to a woman's life. Women have to go through a lot to find a man who adds value to their life. It's not an easy feat going through that orchard picking apples. I'm telling you, the orchard is being sprayed by Monsanto. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's go. Let's go out. Ooh, I love this. Shout out to all the people who are on the right side of history and who are admonishing people who rejoice, coddle, excuse, support Puffy. Shout out to everybody who's calling everybody out. Y'all saw Candy and Shamia down there liking the post from the girl, the Kim Porter's friend. I actually do not think I don't think that her post was in support of Puffy. I think her post was very neutral and was like it was God's will, right? But the question begs, if Blaze or Riley were on the other end, or Shiloh or Shyla on the other end of that, would Candy and Shamia like comments like that. I already wore Tiny's old fucking poster too, built ass up, looking like a motherfucking cylinder. Girl, get your ass out of here, ugly bitch. That's the reason why you motherfucking over there doing threesomes now, to keep that young nigga that you had. Oh, yes. And still couldn't keep him. Hey, Bernice Burgos. Still couldn't keep him in line. No neck bitch. Fucking chop, looking like a motherfucking, looking like this. Here go Tiny right here. Tip, where you at? Tip, where you at? Let me just change the little fuzzy thing on the top. Let me just turn it pink. Shit. All right, y'all. Remember we talked about the Brazilian tourist who fell in the volcano from a volcano in Indonesia? Juliana Marins, a 26-year-old tourist who died after falling in a volcano in Indonesia. We have an update. Juliana went missing on June 21st while hiking on Mount Batur, a popular active volcano in Bali. She was hiking with the group but became separated during the climb. After the 3-day search, her body was found on June 24th at the bottom of a ravine. Officials said she had fallen approximately 328 feet from a cliff. The cause of death has been ruled as blunt force trauma. Investigators found no signs of foul play. Mount Batur is known for its steep, rocky terrain. According to local reports, Juliana attempted to descend the mountain alone when she slipped and fell. Juliana's family has not released a public statement. Her passing has received widespread coverage in both Brazil and international media. We send our condolences to her loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. This was reported by the Jasmine brand. Yeah, blunt force trauma, but she was alive for several days. Right. But that her falling could have caused some type of internal bleeding or rupture, ruptured something, anything from that fall. Girl, among other things, nobody can convince she couldn't have been saved. She was left there for days and not prioritized. Insane. If it requires you to waver, it truly isn't worth it, like at all. I would never sign a waiver on a hike. Also, no matter your mobility abilities, you should hike with those sticks. Like you should use those sticks. That's not just for older people. Like that's to help you keep your balance, to use it as an appendage, an arm or whatever, to use it as an extension of your arm, right? Yeah, I would definitely, not saying that would have helped or whatever, but I'm just saying it helps when you are hiking to have your hiking picks or hiking sticks, whatever they call them, that you can actually stick in the thing and it can actually, but I don't know, in a volcano that may have been too, I don't know. Well, I'm glad that they found her body at least, so she can have um, her a proper, service for her. Her family can, have a proper service for her. And at least she died doing what she loved, like doing something that she loved. You understand what I'm saying? I just sad that she was more than likely in pain. Um, and yeah, and you just don't know like what happened at the time. She just, I don't know, maybe just fell asleep. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad that they were able to at least find her body. I think that's important. So, cause of death revealed: Juliana Marins, 26 years old. Black China and Derek Milano Gray call off engagement. We love each other deeply and are good friends. After much prayer and reflection, Derek and I have decided to call off the engagement. We love each other deeply and are good friends, but we both believe God's guidance has shown us that this was a right path for both of us, and we each continue our journeys. May we find peace and fulfillment in His divine will, trusting that His plan is greater than our own. Angela White. And he put the same message out, the same exact message. She said they aren't getting a prenup either. Remember when she said that? Let's read some of the comments. He found her newfound lifestyle and what? Oh, her newfound lifestyle and his didn't align, I guess. On the show, Love and Hip Hop Miami, he was out drinking and clubbing. Angela was in a total new phase of her life. He wasn't out drinking and clubbing. He was in the studio. Every time I seen the dude, he was in the studio. He did. I don't I don't remember. I watched every episode of Miami, and I just remember them being like, well, when you're a producer, you have to go in the club so you can hear how your record sounds in the club. Like I just you have to. I don't understand how a woman can be with a music producer and not expect him to be out. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think his out was him being out drinking and socializing. That's the blurred line in the industry, right? Because a lot of it is social. You're a music producer. I need to be in a social setting where music is being played so I can hear how people respond to my record. I need to hear how it sounds. So I'm going to be in a club. So I don't think he was clubbing and partying like that. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe you have a different perspective. But what I saw him doing was just standard record producer. I'm going to the club, having a couple drinks with my guys. I want to make her. He was trying to get her to cuss, and she didn't want to cuss. I remember that. He wanted her to say, she had a song come out, and he wanted her to say bitch. And she was like, she didn't want to say bitch. She doesn't want to call women bitches. So that's where she is in her life. And that's just what it is. She should be proud of herself for choosing what's best for her. Yes, always choose what's best for you. So many women, and hopefully, never you never know, one day we need a show where women, like in my comments about separate bedrooms, so many women were in my comments saying they have separate bedrooms from their partners. Y'all don't speak up enough, right? What's outside of the standard that needs to be brought to the front. You need to share those experiences so when people hear, like, oh, you and your husband, you and your partner have separate bedrooms, they will be like, oh, so it's not as bad when they see other people participating in it. All you see when you talk about two bedrooms are these codependent, identities are enmeshed with their partners. They dress alike and shit like that. That's not for them, and they're going to talk against that, right? I'm here for peaceful breakup. If it's meant to be, they'll find their way back to each other. Trust in divine plan always. That's a shame. I really like them, and they were together for a minute. I like they both did a good job at balancing each other out. God really can change you as a person. Even her breakup announcement is different. Of course, the problem is China. He's too soft for her. She needs Future or Offset. This is a woman. I just feel like, yeah, she was never really into him like that. Women can tell because we're all done it before. And when it's a guy that we don't love, LOVE, we just tolerate because maybe he's a good guy, but we don't be feeling them like that. They'd be more into you than you are into them. And I just felt that with that about her in the relationship. Girl, you making me sound dumb. Anyone could have seen this one coming. Hope she finds the love she deserves. Why do y'all come here and announce stuff? You could have just not been married and we would have never known. I found out Angela was engaged, didn't want a prenup, and called off the wedding in the same day. Y'all be coming with the news. I rather have a broken engagement than a broken marriage. Hopefully, they find true love, happiness, and commitment in the future. I'd rather have a broken engagement than a failed marriage. Another comment, same comment. Oh my God, I'm saddened. I'm saddened. I was rooting for them. China is such a good person deep down inside, but the childhood trauma runs deep. Yeah, she got to heal that shit with that demon mother over there. That lady. Go. Have you ever seen Devil's Advocate? Have you ever seen the movie Devil's Advocate? There's a scene where Charlize Theron is shopping with the women. She feels out of place. They're from Savannah. I think they was from Savannah, Georgia. So she's feeling a little out of place with these city slickers and their wives and stuff like that. And they go shopping, right? So the black woman, I can't remember her name right now. She was getting dressed and she was putting on a chemise. And when she let it fall over her head, she looked and her entire face changed. Little sharp little teeth. Even though Tokyo Tony's teeth are big as fuck, when I see her, I see that woman's face. That's what I see every single time I look at Tokyo Tony. She looks like a straight up demon. She looks demonic to me. And some people are like, oh, yeah, she's a beautiful woman. Yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You caught up in the glamour of the thing. but that's a demon. Shamar cussed her ass out the other day. She had the nerve to say something to him. Girl, you shut up looking the way your face is built up. You hush. Be quiet. Yeah, she got to heal that shit with her mom. Mm, no, let me take that back. She doesn't have to do it with her. She can do it. She doesn't need her mom to do the healing from her mother, because she'll just create more pain, more imprints, because she's not going to change. She's not going to change. This coffee is so good. It's that daily dose for me. I need a new daily dose cup. I know y'all probably missed that cup, huh? This is my old school Yeti, baby, old standby. I've had this Yeti mug since before the panorama. It was a gift from one of my trainees. It was a gift from them. Yep, because I drink coffee, so I was like, oh my god. The only thing I don't like about it is it does great. It keeps things cold. It keeps things hot. I remember one time putting some ice in here, some water, and waking up in the morning and the ice was still formed. Like it looked like it just not even melted. That's how it looked. I wish it was not as stout as this, right? And I wish it was a little slimmer, a little more svelte. And so I can just hold it in my hand. Taking this on a walk is a little cumbersome. Like I have to hang it when I'm done drinking. I have to pour everything out, and then just hang it from my crossbody because it's a lot. It's bulky, right? It doesn't fit in any fucking car um, cup holder. You understand what I'm saying? So probably when you back in, if you look at some of my old videos, you see me holding this, driving and holding it and stuff like that. So it's good. It's a good mug, but it just is not aesthetic for all environments. This is like literally for camping, in the wilderness or whatever. I'm at home camping, I guess, but but this coffee is so good. Hey, Adult, hey, get up. She's an adult, get up. That's my shit. Hey, like a ghetto. It's the beats. That's why you gotta listen to the words. See, I almost caught up with the sunshine. I don't like the lyrics. I don't want to say I'm a dog, but ain't nothing wrong. Then I thought about it because I was like, dogs are so sweet, but when we talk about dogs, we talking about a damn dirty dog, a damn dingy, dirty, dusty dog. That's what we talking about. We ain't talking about a little lap dog, little Pomeranian dog. We talking about an old grizzly buck tooth dog. Hey, together. Hey. What else are we talking about, y'all? Let's go to Hollywood Lock. So shout out to Black China. I'm glad she was able to get out safe. Funny Marco shares emotional struggle over limited access to son due to child's mother. And I saw someone say today, access to your child is a privilege. You got to get the courts to make it to give you the right to do it. Once you are not involved, you have to show that. I said to myself, he's pulling a DDG, getting on a stream, talking to his baby mom, and then when getting off of the phone with her and then going over the conversation, like why she gotta ask, why I gotta be there, why she gotta be there. Like I guess he's gonna have the kid for a week. Let's listen to what he says. Y'all know who Funny Marco is. Okay, let's listen. But so you gonna fly him out here after the 4th of July? You gonna fly him out here? Mm-hmm. What does mean? Yes. Yes. And you gonna leave him here? Yeah, for a week. Jasmine said I can stay at her house. You don't have to. What is that? Why do you got to be around all the time? Baby, I don't blame her. When I sent my sons to Atlanta to visit their father, I was in Atlanta, bitch. Girl, I'm not leaving. Oh no, 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 no. It wasn't until they was older where they was able to go by themselves and visit until they can talk and I can hear everything they need to say. But that it was the first time I went back after moving back to California. I was like, no, yeah, I'm going out. We going out here. We coming out here together. Yeah, I'm sending them for a week. I'm gonna be there too. Mm.
For a week. Why are you trying to be? Okay, you got it.
Because the irony is, and what's so fucked up, the craziest thing about procreating with someone is once the child gets here, you realize that you probably shouldn't have procreated with them, and you don't necessarily trust them. Ask a room full of women who are not performing for the patriarchy if they trust their children with their fathers. That's the insanity about this whole thing. A lot of women don't trust their children with the fathers. They don't. And that's just the truth. And you can get down in the comments and say, I trust my man. I trust my man. Okay, fine, girl. But it's a lot of women who do not trust it. And then oh, can you watch the baby? Why do you have to ask your husband or partner or whatever, the father, to watch a child? I'm babysitting my babies. You hear fathers talk about babysitting like they don't have a connection, like they're not the parent. I'm babysitting? You're babysitting your own baby? Girl, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. But then you get some fathers, you see some fathers who are very attentive, making sure, doing all the things, right? But at the end of the day, girl, a lot of women do not trust their children with their husbands. I was just on a call the other day. I'd just be listening to the women talk on the and you know what's so crazy? Anyways, I think about the meetings that I'm in all day and how many men are actually in those meetings compared to the amount of women in those meetings running shit. You hear me? Running departments, running shit. But I was listening to them, I'd be listening to them talk about their husbands and stuff and their children and stuff. Then the one woman was like, I don't want to leave them too long with their dad. Why? Why? And like that woman that I posted on my Instagram talking about she's been married 3 years and she can't wait to get divorced. I wonder how she's doing. I'm gonna go to her TikTok and see how she's doing because that was a long time ago. Remember, she was sitting in her car mad that she had to do everything. She realized she was a goddamn maid, mule, mattress manager, medic, meteorologist. What else? Maitre d' girl, mechanic, girl, medical professional, girl, mediator, girl. Remember? Y'all remember that lady? And she was like, girl, I have to call him to make sure he's doing stuff. And that's why I tell my sons all the time. I was like, I don't understand how this world thinks men are leaders and they have to be told by women what to do. How is your man the head of household and you have to tell him the things that he has to do? Like you're literally the manager, the house manager, right? Telling people, giving people orders and telling people what they have to do, making sure making sure people's schedules are together and stuff like that. Making sure people go to their doctor's appointment, making sure they schedule their doctor's appointment. Every time I go and I see a woman in any kind of medical setting and she's filling out paperwork for her husband, girl, I hate that shit. Did the nigga forget to write when he walked down the aisle? He doesn't know his own biometrics?
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really.
Girl, that pisses me off. It does. It really does. So a lot of women don't trust men. They will tell, oh, you're the protector, you're the provider, you're the leader, you're the head of household, but they don't really trust you niggas. They really don't. Tell me I'm lying. Post it in your chat GPT and say, is she lying?
Okay. All right, thank you for picking up. Let's say for a week. Do you not understand? Like, bro, it's that you gonna tell me I can have them for a week. What the fuck? And then they could get on there on the internet and say, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But they want your money. Like, bro, this shit crazy, bro.
They want your money. No, the child needs the money, not they. They want money. You see, he's weaponizing. You have a child that you created in a partnership. The child is a liability in the business frame of a partnership. And until that liability matures at 18, you are financially, emotionally, spiritually responsible for them. Even if you dissolve the partnership, there's still a liability that you two made together. So until it's 18, you need to put into it to make sure that you take care of it. The fact that child support is such a pain for men, I want you niggas, I literally, the way that they have laws that govern women's bodies, I literally want a law in place that gives boys vasectomies at 12 years old. The same time y'all start introducing contraceptives to girls, to putting these chemicals in their bodies to make sure your sons don't impregnate them, what we're going to do is cut this vast deference of all of your boy children. That's what needs to happen. No, but what we need is for these mistakes to happen, right? All this other shit about marriage and everything like that. But no, we want to make sure that I will bet 95% of pregnancies are unplanned. Hold on. Let's ask Google. What percentage of pregnancies are unplanned in the United States? See, I don't believe this number. It says 45%. It says nearly half of all pregnancies are unintended, according to the CDC. Y'all are lying. You're not telling the truth. Y'all are not. Even in marriages, pregnancies are unplanned. People don't do family planning like the way they're supposed to do. Planning pregnancies, planning their children, planning them out. Very few people do it. Very few. Ask your parents, were you planned? Ask them, were you? Oh, we planned you, we made you out of love. Girl, it was a 30-second session and your mama got pregnant. Girl, she didn't even have an orgasm. The fact that their orgasm, right, because you're telling them to have sex, not for family planning, right? The way that you tell the woman her body is here to procreate, but you don't tell him that. You don't remind him that his orgasm can impregnate someone. That's why I tell my kids, a girl can have an orgasm 5,000 times and never get pregnant. You can have an orgasm one time and get somebody pregnant. So you are the one that needs to be in control, not the woman's body. Your body. Your body does the impregnating, not hers during sex. So because your orgasm and the ability to reproduce is in one functionality, you need to put measures on your dicks instead of putting shields in vaginas. Vasectomies for everybody. So y'all can do all the fucking y'all want to do, because y'all don't want to take care of these kids. Because every time somebody mentions child support, you niggas act like your ankles break and your fingers break. What a shame when you hear men who quit their jobs so they don't have to support their children.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
So in order to spite the mother because the money is going to her. So if you were in the household, the money would still be going to her. Would you not give the money in the household? You want to be in proximity to the mother in order to justify you taking care of the child. That's insane. And that's why women don't trust their children around you. You heard what I said. That's why women don't trust their children around you. I'm the father. No, you're not. You're not a parent. If you complain about child support, you're not a parent. I'm thinking about all the shit that I think about the little things that we do, all the little things that we do. And I think about their father sitting over there. He don't have no motherfucking worries in the world, bitch. He ain't got to take nobody to get their braces tightened. He ain't got to take nobody to get their eyes checked. He don't have to take nobody to get an overnight bag so they can go to their senior trip to Disneyland on a turnaround. They don't have to do none of that shit. They can sit there and do nothing and then complain that they have to pay $100 a month. Let's also ask Google, girl, what is the average child support payment in the United States? $430 a month. The average annual child support payment is $5,000. $5,000. You know, I could spend $5,000 in 3 months. That nigga don't have to worry about a motherfucking thing. Not and then also not even worry when the kids leave the house and go out with their friends and stuff. You have no care in the world. Y'all got children out there just going through life, having experiences, taking risks, and you don't even fucking care. You don't even know where they are. You don't even know where they are. And you expect somebody to trust you with their children, with their work, the thing that they put so much investment in to take care of so that they can survive on their own. That's why they don't trust y'all around their children. That's why women don't trust you niggas around it. Yes, you are the father, but women don't trust you with their children because y'all complain too much about taking care of them. Y'all act like it's a burden to take care of them. Y'all don't even think about the things that are required to take care of them. Shoes, clothes, like I said, braces, glasses, dental exams, buying things, little things here and there. Like things you do as a parent. But when there's one parent that has actually no care in the world, like that nigga is literally sitting over there. He don't know nothing about nothing. You don't know what your kids are allergic to. Marceau over there, dolphin lips, motherfucker, teeth like a motherfucking dolphin sitting over there. Don't even know his child is allergic to peanuts, but he's the head of household. How are you the head of household when you're about to kill your child with some fucking peanut butter? Girl, that's why they don't trust y'all around their children. Funny Marco.
Doing that. But they want your money. Like, bro, it's shit crazy, bro. You can't do shit.
Girl, they don't need your motherfucking prayers. My prayers go out to the men who actually want to be fathers in their kids' lives. Girl, shut the fuck up and put a dick in your mouth so that you can shut the fuck up.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Having a baby and a baby daddy's mama looks like hell. Should have chose better. I love it. Wait, she says she's gonna stay with Jasmine for a week. Why catch 4 flights when you can just take 2? Or did I miss something? Right. I'm not. Are you gonna bring him back? I'm flying out there and you want me to fly back and then fly back to get him and then fly back home? No, I'm flying there. I'm staying there. You guys can spend all the time you want together and we flying back together. Thank you. They want you to, but then complain about money. Girl, want you to be so wasteful. No, I'm staying in the same state as my child is, bitch. You're not going to be in the state without me and my kid until they get old enough to defend themselves, speak for themselves. And that's what y'all get for choosing wrong. I don't understand what the problem. She never said I had to stay with you or be with you every day while you have the baby. All she said was she's going to stay at her friend's house in the same city. How is that a problem? He wants her to waste her money and go back and forth. Vasectomies cost $1,000 and only take 18 minutes. You can freeze some sperm and actually choose who to have a kid with. Thank you. This is a man. This is a man who said that. Depending on the state you're in, his income amount or his benefits can actually get a vasectomy for free. You can choose to do it naturally too. It doesn't take all that. Just being responsible works. All that doesn't matter in the end. It still ends like this. You can be responsible and still go through hell. Doesn't sound like she's fighting to me. Where does he want her to stay? What if a week is the only time she has off? Why not ask for full custody then if you're complaining about money? Only fathers who care can go through this. Because deadbeats dads be living their life carefree and stress-free. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Carefree, stress. You don't have a care in the world. And you want to be called father. You want to be called on Father's Day. Cause of what? Girl, if that's the case, every nigga ejaculate is a father. Because that's basically all you did was ejaculate. That's all you did. That's all you did. That's all you did.
It's like you just gotta sit there and take it. And I ain't, like I said, I ain't disrespecting. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. I'm gonna stick on the subject of the kid. And that's why you gotta watch who you have kids with. And that's just my fault. Because
he's pulling a DDD. Dumb goofy. I gotta go. I got another video. I wanted to go live today. I did. I wanted to go live today. I think I still might. I don't know. Anyways, let me go.
And you just gotta watch who you have kids with.
Yeah, watch who you have kids with.
So you're gonna fly him out here after the 4th of July?
Yes, I'm gonna stay in the same state as my child when he's visiting their father. Period. What is the problem? Question mark. People's obsession with trying to control everything is most time just fear of some sort. She got to get out of that mindset though. What is wrong with her buying 2 airline tickets and staying the same time her son stays with its father, and then having those 2 plane tickets to come back home? Why does she need to buy 4 plane tickets instead of 2? You're telling her to travel twice? Girl, fuck that. Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to April Jones. April said, proud to fall back on her degree amid entertainment season. I busted my butt in school for my radiation science degree, and it was so worth it. While things are slow in the entertainment industry, I've been able to circle back and work in my field. I've always been able to have this to fall back on. I also love what I do. It's just an extra plus. Shout out to her. That's what's up. Y'all better tell y'all kids to take their ass to school. Shout out to Funky Doniva. Good to see that she doesn't think she's above a 9 to 5 like the rest of those Z-list reality stars. She's right. The best thing I ever did go. I think we should call them W2s, because it really is like, I don't know. It's a difference, because people work 9 to 5. Even people who are entrepreneurs, they set. Once you get into the flow, once you got momentum and you get into a flow and everything is flowing after you get your business up and running, you should only be working a set amount of hours. You shouldn't be working all hours. You should be delegating, and you should be only working this amount of hours. You should not run yourself ragged. That is when you get your business off the ground, right? Once you're at the beginning of your business, developing your business, you are going to be everything to or you're going to be everything to the business. But then when you get it momentum and running, then fantastic. In my opinion, this is how you navigate it correctly. Have an education to fall back on, because reality TV and entertainment isn't forever for most. Always have an education, because no one can take that away from you. Anyone can take your career as an influencer, reality star, or actor at any time. And if you have 0 skills, period. Girl, I watched about, I don't know how many minutes. Let me tell you how many minutes I watched of Krishan and Nini's interview. Girl, when I tell you, let me see. I think I watched, okay, it's an hour.
Talking to other girls and they've kind of
I stopped at 8 minutes. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. This was like pulling teeth. She can't sit there and talk. Krishan is she's so ignorant. She's an ignorant, deplorable POS. She is. And she doesn't have anything to say. Like, Nini is asking questions, and then Nini basically starts talking about herself, I guess trying to make the girl comfortable. I don't know if she ever got comfortable, but I got to 8 minutes and I had to stop. And it's probably because her vocabulary is really limited. I don't think Krishan is smart. I don't think she's smart at all. I don't think she's smart. I think she has a um I also think she's on the spectrum. I think, yeah, I also think Blueface is on the spectrum. But I also think outside of that, I think she's just a deplorable, low level gutter snipe. Everybody has their place in society, and it's an ecosystem, and everything has its purpose. She's not going to give you a good interview. And Nene sitting up there trying to talk to her, like, and this girl can literally be your daughter. And the way you're like, oh, I liked you when you were on Zeus. What did you like about her? What did you like, Nene? What did you like, Nene? Nene, you should stick to interviewing reality stars, which it seems to be like that's what the theme is. But people who actually are like doing like that is not a reality star. She can't even talk. That's the crazy part. I'm gonna let you listen to. I only made it to 8 minutes and 47 seconds, and I gave up. Hold on, let me let you listen. Oh, this and that. And that probably attracted me to you, being kind of more emotional because I'm kind of vulnerable. Yeah, I'm kind of more emotional too, like in a sense. Mm-hmm. So I could be yelling and auditions. That's kind of like how I got on. Mm-hmm. So I never watched. Like 1 million followers or something. Okay. Mm-hmm. On social. And then I don't know when I got to 5, 6, and then I went back to 4. Yeah, I'm going up and down. I don't know. Then I kept losing pages, restarting. She does better in a no jumper environment, Krishan. She does better in those environments where those pimps are on, have podcasts. She does better in those environments because they're not going to ask her like really deep questions. So she doesn't have to use a lot of words. And if you listen to her, she doesn't talk. It's weird. Mm-hmm. But no, Zeus did expand it because I guess there's like a TV network. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that's where I came to know you from, is on Zeus. So for me, like what did you like? What was it? Not what did you like, but what was it? What was it about me? She wants to know, what did you like about me? That's what she wants to know. Why were you drawn to me? I'm gonna ask this old ass, almost 60-year-old woman, what is it about me that you were drawn to? She said her vulnerability. That's what she said. Let me read some of the comments. Baltimore is not DMV. This interview gave me a headache. Nene, what the fuck? No more interviewing trash people. Nene wanted her to tell her story. You barely let Krishan talk, but loved them both. No, she wasn't talking. She wasn't talking. Nene, the child is infamous, not famous. We are concerned for that baby and that baby alone, Nene. We are seriously not going to let up, which, to be honest, ain't good for her mental health. But that baby is due for a lifetime of pain and suffering because you want to play in our face. Shame on you, Nene, and may God forgive you. I will never support you again. Damn, girl. Wow, Nene, you've fallen. You have children of your own. How can you ever platform a woman who drank and drugged through her whole pregnancy when having said baby with medical problems caused by her, she refuses to treat him and get him help and continues to this day to neglect him. Yeah, that little baby, little Krishan Jr. doesn't walk. He's almost 2 years old. He doesn't walk. And if you say anything about that baby's if you say anything about that baby, everybody will say you are talking about the baby. And it's not talking about the baby. It's saying you were doing these things that you should not have been doing. You shouldn't have been pregnant in the first place. But the baby's here. He's a cute little baby. His mom is just an ignorant piece of shit. His mom and his dad. But everybody has their place. Everybody has their purpose here. So whatever her purpose here is. But anyway, so yeah, girl. Wow, Nene, you've fallen. Listening to Kashan speak, I can hear her youth. I can hear her finding herself. Baltimore is not an easy city. And then she says she's like she's out of 12 children. And then her mom is also as addicted to drugs. She really comes from like a really bad, like her background is really, really sad. But she's the product of that. And she be turning to God and doing all that crying and stuff, but then right back to doing it's like it's weird. It's weird, and she can't even verbalize what she's going through because she's fucking ignorant. And she was like a track star. I think she went to Santa Monica College and was a track star. And then this, she could have been an Olympian, girl. You could have been like Clarissa Shields. Clarissa came out of some poverty type situation, got into boxing, boop, 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 and here she is down there with Papoose. But, you know, she got her fucking career. Krishan, I don't. Mm. Yes, it's not you just talking to anybody. Like I would have never expected Nene to interview Krishan. And she was calling her Krishan Rock. And she was like, oh, I just go by Krishan now. You got a nigga's face tattooed on the side of you, girl. On the side of your face. She's gone. She has makeup on here covering his face and that tattoo of his face on her face, but you're gone. After she got one tattoo cover, she had his face right here on her neck. I can't, that actually makes me ill thinking about like you got a man's face tattooed on you. This woman is making similar mistakes that we all made in our late and early 20s. No. Nah. Nah. Great interview. Love Chris. I don't know how, girl. I guess. Anyways, I gotta go take care. Ooh, I gotta go take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.